Two very important and interesting questions. The question number one is, sir, you have told in your channel about Jivatma returning back from Moksha after the Moksha period. Why it happens? Because in the Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta, they say that Jivatma will get merged into Paramatma. I am unable to understand this concept. See, this is a very, very deep subject to discuss and understand. But first of all, the most important thing is not that whether we will return from moksha or not. Yeah, we can try to understand what scripture says, like what Vedas says. Vedas very clearly say that yes, after the moksha period is over, the Jivatma will come back to take birth. This is what Vedas say, and also Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati has written about the same in Satyartha Prakash. My Acharya also has told the same thing in his website vedmandir.com and also in his pravachans. So the important thing is not to focus on these things. The important thing for us is whether we come back from moksha or not is not in our hands, right? If we have to come back from moksha, it is in the hands of Paramatma. The important thing at the moment right now is to go to moksha. What we have in our hands is to try for moksha. We can try for moksha, we can put our efforts towards moksha, or we can decide not to put effort for moksha also. Like, some people ask that why should we try so hard for moksha if at all, okay, even though you say after so many years they will come back, the number of years is very long. Why should I put so much hard effort to attain moksha? So we can decide ourselves whether we should try for moksha or not. That is in our hands. But after going into moksha, whether we come back or not, why Paramatma sends us back from moksha? What is the criteria for Paramatma to give us the birth? So all these questions are actually not going to really help us, because these are only intellectual interactions between two people. I say that after moksha, based on Rigveda mantra, I say. The other person will say something else. But end of the day, what is the real benefit to us? Nothing. Whether we come back from moksha or not, we leave it to Paramatma. Either you believe that no, from moksha we will never come back, even if you believe so, and even if you believe so that no, we will come back from moksha, nothing is going to change in reality. In reality, we are in dukkha today. In reality, we are in pain today. We are in miseries today. We are having a very difficult life to live here. Jivatma is in Karam Bandhan. Jivatma is in Avidya Bandhan. We must break that chain. The reality is today we must see what is our situation and work towards breaking that situation. If we do that, whether you are a Advaita Vedantic believer where you believe that Jivatma will not take birth again after moksha, or whether you are a Vedic follower, you believe that Jivatma will come back from moksha, it is not going to really matter. Like, you can try to cross over the ocean of miseries, the sansara dukkha sagar. We can try to cross over it, and coming back from there to here is we cannot try, because in moksha Jivatma will not have any body. Jivatma will have its swabhavik sharir, based from which Jivatma will enjoy the bliss of moksha. So coming back to birth again after the moksha period is over, let us leave it in the hands of Paramatma. Paramatma says in Rigveda, Punarjanma hota hai after moksha. So let us believe it. And then when we are in moksha, we might be able to understand that why we come back, what is the prakriya, what is the criteria, etc., etc. We can understand better when we are in moksha. And also one more question related to this topic is, people ask, why should we try for moksha if we have to come back? See, we must understand with the Bhautik example. I am now 46, okay? I am working in a company. I will work for maybe until next until I am 55, or at least maybe 60, 55 let's assume. I will work until 55 years of age. I save money, take care of the children, family, grihastha ashrama, all the kartavya karma all the obligations I have to fulfill. And after retirement, I think that okay, after retirement I'll be in peace, right? So after retirement, we will be in peace, means we can focus on our real motive, that we can spend more time on Adhyatmikvad, we can spend more time to serve Acharya, we can spend more time to do Agnihotra, we can spend more time to do meditation, etc., etc. And also we can enjoy the, like 55 years I have worked, I will have money in the bank, I can enjoy the retirement life peacefully. How long I can enjoy? I can enjoy until my death. Let me assume that I will die at the age of 80 or 85. So until 55 I worked and I die at 85. Only 30 years I am able to enjoy. Whatever money I have gained in 55 years, for the next 30 years, I am going to spend it, I am going to enjoy it, right? See the result. This is the Bhautik example. Working for 55 years, gaining benefit for next 30 years. But see the moksha. Moksha, for example, a Jivatma, any one of Jivatma, we spend 10,000 janmas. We take birth, we go into death, take birth, go into death. Like that, we take 10,000 janmas. Birth and death and birth and death and birth and death. Finally, after 10,000 janmas, we attain moksha, for example. 10,000 janmas, the number of years if you calculate, even if you keep 100 years per janma, most of the life of the species of the animals are very less only. Only human beings can live up to 100 years. Maybe tree can live up to 1,000 years. Live the trees, but animals, they live 10 years, 15 years, 5 years, 1 day, 1 year, etc., etc., etc. So 10,000 years is like 10,000 into 100. Maximum, I am just taking number of years of 10,000 janmas. Maximum, on a maximum case, is 10,000 into 100, which is 10 lakh years. So by investing 10 lakh years, in the previous example I invested 55 years, I am getting benefit of 30 years. But for moksha, I am investing 10 lakh years. The result of moksha is how many years? As per Mundaka Upanishad, Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati, Patte Paranta Kale Brahmaloke. Paranta Kale, the calculation Maharishi has given in his book, I think Rigveda Adi Bhashya Bhumika, it is 311 trillion years. Paranta Kale means 36,000 times into 2 into 432 crore years, which is 311 trillion years. So I did a hard work for 10 lakh years. I get the benefit of 311 trillion years. Not billion, trillion. So with this basic logic, 55 years working, 30 years sukh. But 10 lakh years working, 311 trillion years bliss, moksha. So why not we should try for moksha? This is very, very, common logic that trying for moksha is intelligence, is a act of a wise person. If we don't want to try for moksha, we can live we can hard work 50 years and then spend the rest of the time and then go into other yonis. That's our own free will, right? So this is the first. So we must not focus on return from moksha. We must focus on going to moksha. It's very, very important. The next question is, that person, this question is very common, that comes to me often. I have not answered it through a video, but the question that comes very common is taking sannyas from your acharya or taking sannyas from any other acharya and serving that acharya and living in that ashram. Is it okay? So most of the time the people who are asking these questions are either unmarried, like they are just started working, or they are in grahastha ashrama, not fulfilled the responsibilities. So is it okay to take sannyas because I am feeling burden in the grahastha ashrama? Is it okay to take sannyas? And will any acharya give sannyas? See, the criteria, my acharya beautifully says, the only criteria for taking sannyas, not only my acharya, even Maharishi, even other acharyas, they say the only criteria for taking sannyas is origination or the happening of vairagya inside us. The day you get vairagya inside you, next day you take sannyas. So taking sannyas, if you are in grahastha ashrama or you are working in a company, you want to leave the job and go to sannyas, have you got vairagya inside you? That's a question mark. That's a question. If you have got vairagya, then yes, take sannyas. Then for a vairagyavan Purusha, he does not have any other obligation. See, Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati, he got vairagya at the age of 15 or 16 years. He just ran away from his house and then he took sannyas from, I think, Purnananda Saraswati Maharaj. I forgot his name. So he took sannyas from that acharya, saying that I do not want to live in this life. I don't want to enter grihastha ashrama. I don't want to do anything. I want to realize Paramatma. That's my only goal. So he took sannyas. My acharya used to say, my acharya was in grihastha ashrama. My acharya used to say that, I am so much involved in tapasya. One day, my acharya's acharya called him and said, Pandit, sannyas kab le rahe ho? When are you taking sannyas? Because you are a paripurna vairagyavan. When are you taking sannyas? My acharya told it to his acharya, the moment you give me, I will take sannyas. So his acharya just threw his orange robe on him, threw you are sannyasi from today. Because you are paripurna vairagyavan. So whether you are in grihastha ashrama or brahmacharya ashram does not matter. You can take sannyas the day, or you will be a sannyasi the day when you are a vairagyavan. So until and otherwise you are not a paripurna vairagyavan, we should not think about sannyas, because it is just taking, like Manu Bhagavan also says, you are taking sannyas for namesake. People take sannyas for earning money. People take sannyas for filling their stomach. This will end us. This will put our life in eternal dukh. Paramatma will give severe punishment, because sannyas is a very, very pious ashram. In sannyas ashram, the only duty of the sannyasi is to focus and meditate on Paramatma 24/7 and spreading the wisdom to the other public. I was reading one shloka today only. Incidentally, I was reading one shloka. I'll show it to you from Bhaja Govindam. Very beautiful shloka where, Shankaracharya ji says, like udara nimittam bahukrita veshaha. Udar means pet. Pet barne ke liye people jatilo mundi lunchita keshaha. They keep big hairs, tie it up, or somebody will shave his head, somebody will put a orange robe, somebody will put a red color dress, somebody will put a white color dress. They do all these things not because they are real vairagyavan, not because they have attained the stage of sannyas. It is just udara nimittam. Nimit kya hai? Nimit karan kya hai for putting the dress? What is the real nimit? What is the real reason? It is udar, it is stomach. Just want to fill, because when you are sannyasi, people will respect you, people will give you some donation, etc., etc. Or people will call you for giving lectures and you will get money. So udara nimittam. This is written by Adi Shankaracharya so many years, 1000 years back. So taking sannyas from my acharya or any other acharya is possible when you are a real vairagyavan. And secondly, another question is, will your acharya give me sannyas? Can I stay in your acharya's ashram? Depends on your current situation. My acharya always have denied sannyas to many of his disciples, because my acharya he knew very clearly that beta aap vairagyavan nahi ho, aapko sannyas nahi de sakte. My acharya replies like this: you are not vairagyavan. Why are you looking forward for sannyas? And the question of living in acharya's ashram, it is not easy to live in any acharya's ashram. It is not easy. Even if you are a sannyasi, you must be a tapasvi, then you can live with an acharya. Otherwise, living in acharya's ashram, you will start doing pap, you will start watching mobile phone, we are not real tapasvis. Without being a real tapasvi, when you take sannyas and then start living in acharya's ashram, not my acharya's ashram, any acharya's ashram, if you do not have vairagya, then you will always do mischiefs, acts which are against Vedic dharma. So don't think about sannyas at this age. Think about sannyas when you get full paripurna vairagya inside you. That means, what is paripurna vairagya, which I explained today morning in a Hindi video, and also yesterday, and also in the Vairagya Sutra of Yoga Darshan. And as I clarified, I am not eligible to speak on this subject because I am just a beginner in this topic. But Paripurna Vairagya means just Vyakti ko, the person who does not need anything else other than Paramatma, the person who does not have any sukh from this, who does not seek any comfort and sukh from this universe, that person is a Paripurna Vairagyavan. In fact, Patanjali Muni says, Gunurahit, the second, the Paravairagya, there are two Vairagya, Apara Vairagya, Paravairagya. Paravairagya means even crossing over the Rajagun, Tamagun, Sattvagun, Gunuvaitrishnaam. That is called as para vairagya, so which is not easy to attain. So people like us, normal people like us, should not think about sannyas. We should think about carefully fulfilling the moral obligations of our ashram. I am in Grihastha ashram, I should think about Grihastha. After 55, after 50, after retirement, I should think about doing Vanaprastha. In Vanaprastha ashram, I should think about strict adherence to the rules of Vanaprastha ashram. After so many years of tapasya in Vanaprastha ashram, I should, when Vairagya comes, then I go to Acharya and say, Acharya, now I am ready for sannyas. And when Acharya recognizes that you are really ready for sannyas, he will give you sannyas. So this is the trajectory, I say. Thank you so much. Namaste. Oh.